Now. Yay!
Hi!
Yay!
I'm home.
And sick. And you decided you needed to share it by means of internet virus.
Yeah.
Keep the shit to yourself.
Oh my goodness. Why is it when I'm about to go and have a really, really cool life experience, my body goes, you know what? Let's just make this more interesting. Have a cold.
Because life just isn't interesting enough without a cold.
Mm. 2 years running that has happened to me now. Oh my goodness. That is crazy.
Okay, so apparently, according to your pictures, you got lost repeatedly.
Yeah. Oh, that's alright. Yeah. Sydney's one of those places where everything all matches back up again, and all you gotta do is turn around and go back the way you came anyway. So
Oh, so it's kind of like New Orleans. Okay. 'Cause
yeah,
you
just
will
with less shootings.
get. Yeah, that's true.
Thank God for gun control. Okay, should I start the stories or should we talk about other things first?
Well, you already got everyone hanging on the edge of their seats because you teased us right before we went live. So I say go ahead and start your stories.
Okay, I missed the bus. Like, had packed, did my nails. I'm going, oh, if I just wait like 30 more seconds for them to dry. Okay, now it's fine. So I'm walking up the street and the bus turns up as I'm on the other side of the road. I'm like, bah! Okay. So I wait for the next bus. Next bus comes, of course, with a 13 kilogram, I don't know what that is in pounds, you can all figure that out, um, piece of luggage with me. Getting on the bus was a pain in the butt. On the bus, get to the train station, have to catch one train to get to like 2 stations down, get on the air train, because they have a specific train that just goes to the airport. And it doesn't stop at every single station, but it stops at enough that it takes a really long time to get there. So I get there and I get to the front of the line because luckily the line wasn't too bad because I was there at a particular time in the morning when everyone's like either already gone or they're just waiting for their flights that are later in the afternoon.
It's 28
Yeah.
pounds, by the way. It's 28 pounds.
Oh,
Just thought I'd let you
that,
know.
that makes it sound worse. That really does.
Well, for the Americans here, yeah, 28 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, so I get there and they're like, "Oh, that flight's already boarding. You're just gonna have to take the next flight." I'm like, but I had all these plans, and she's like, "Well, you just take the next flight. It's just an hour away." It's like, okay, whatever. Means that I can sit down, settle, watch the planes fly by. So I did that. Uh, get on the plane, and then we had to sit on the runway for 25 minutes waiting for all the other planes. Um, get in the air. I got a plane with that had um like a TV in the back of the seat. I've never done that before because most of the flights around Australia it's so short. Like unless you're going to Perth or something, it's such a short flight that by the time you're up in the air, you're coming down again. But there was a TV in the back of the seat, and it was a touch screen, so I'm like touching all the touchies and it's ha 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 ha, and watching where we could fly by the little icon of the plane going down the map of Australia. And it was really cold up in the air apparently because it was like minus 12 Celsius. And um, and I listened to some Pink and some Gwen Stefani, and then I watched some Rosie O'Donnell. And then it was time to land, and I couldn't eat the food because there was cheese in it. And um, yeah, I was sitting beside two really cute guys, so that was interesting. The guy on my left didn't like flying very much, so he was quite tense. And I'm pretty chilled out flyer because I'm like, I get to fly, I get to fly, it's so cool. And the guy that had the window seat was falling asleep. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna fall asleep, sit in the middle and give me the window seat because I love watching the world go by. But he didn't want to swap with me, so So I get into Sydney, grab my luggage, and then I took a Sydney train for the first time. And they're not the same as Brisbane trains. There's like 3 stories on these things. They're weird. So you can either go down the stairs and be like under the level of all the platforms, or you can go up the stairs and see the tunnels just a little bit higher, or you can be on like the middle level, which is where I stayed because I had what was it, 28-pound bag. I wasn't going up any stairs. No, 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 no. So get to my station. I saw the Sydney Harbour Bridge, and I was like taking photos, and everyone's like looking at me like, oh, "You're such a tourist." I'm like, "Yeah, it's the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Look, look." And then everyone's like sneakily taking their phones out and going, and then quickly putting it away. So they weren't being tourists, but because I had a camera, not just a phone. So I get there, I check in, put my stuff down in my room, and then I head out to
Take the
Sydney's.
most amazing selfie that I've ever seen in my life.
What, the one of me in my dress?
Yeah, and you've got like the iPad like sitting beside you, and you're like,
That's
yeah,
not an iPad.
selfie.
I don't have an iPad, damn it. I am against Apple products, 100%. That is just a generic piece of crap tablet.
Oh, oh, my bad. What I meant was she had a tablet sitting beside her, and she's like, yeah, selfie, and it just looks so funny.
It was such an awkward photo to take because I'm like, okay, I need to be able to see to make sure that my head is actually in the thing. So I'm like, okay, yeah, but I can't look down like this because then I look like a freaking weirdo. And I'm like, dude, you already look like a freaking weirdo anyway.
That's
But I
true,
wasn't
though.
wearing that when I went to the heavy metal store. I was just in the clothes that I flew in. So went to the heavy metal store, asked him if I could take some footage. So there is footage there. I've just got to do some serious video editing and stuff like that. Get to the heavy metal store and I ring the kiddo and I'm like, okay, you've given me a list. I found this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Which one do you want the most? And she's like, oh, I
I
don't
want
know.
all the things.
I know. She wanted all the things. So I found one that was actually, the limited edition was actually cheaper than the normal version. I'm like, we're doing that one. So limited edition CD is now in the household. She's not getting it till her birthday though, because I'm a mean mummy. Then bought hubby some things, which she ended up not wanting anyway. So, what are you gonna do?
Throw it at them.
Um, when you fly, sometimes I don't know whether you've flown before, but you get a bit of a headache. And then getting off the plane and getting directly into a heavy metal store does not help.
No, no.
Because they practice what they preach, and the store was so loud, and I'm like on the phone, I'm going, "You're gonna have to yell. I can't hear you." And she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Listen." She's like, "I can't hear it." I'm like, "What are you talking about? You can't hear it. It's so loud." But yeah, so get out of that. I went to Subway and got myself some lunch. Went back to the hotel room. Had my lunch, watched a bit of TV. They said they had cable TV in every room, but I couldn't see the little box things, so it's like, liars. Liars!
Ours don't have a box either. There's like one box
Mm.
somewhere hidden in the hotel. I've never seen it. It's amazing the things that you can
Mm.
hide in a hotel. Like coming from
Mm.
someone who works in a hotel and like everyone thinks I know how to do everything. And they're like, my internet doesn't work. And I'm like, sorry, I don't know what to tell you. And then, yeah, the whole, well, Jordan knows. She used to work there.
Yeah.
And
So then
yeah, like they would call and be like, my cable's out. And I'm like,
that's nice.
sorry. What do you want me to do? Magically squat down and shit you a cable box? I don't know what you want me to do here.
That is exactly what they want you to do. So anyway, I rang down and said, "Oh, can I have some internet?" And they're like, "Oh, well, yeah, come down and get the slip, and that'll give you the password and everything." So I went down, went back up, put all that on there, got ready, took my awkward selfie, um, Then the friend that
Oh dear. Uh-oh. We may have technical difficulties again, and it's not my fault. I didn't do it. Just for the record, wasn't me. So there you go. I get to talk to myself now. I'm gonna unmute one of you so I have someone to talk to. Because yeah, talking to myself is boring. Unmute. How do I unmute? No! Someone unmute until Belinda comes back.
I'm no fun to talk to.
Hey,
Yay! There's other people. I'm not alone right now. More than likely, Belinda's computer went to sleep again because it didn't look like she was poking it.
You definitely
And
took a.
Belinda refuses to change the settings on her computer, even though this happens every time.
You were talking and drinking your Coke at the same time.
I'm amazing. You just wish you were as good as me.
Belinda's back.
Oh, Belinda's back. Okay, let's see. I've got to let her in, sort of. I'm working on it, Belinda. I'm working on it. Don't LOL at me. You're muted. You have to unmute yourself.
Balls.
Did you just pick your nose? I think she did. I think she just picked her nose live on air. You have to unmute yourself, Belinda. I'm not going. I'm not talking about myself. We're live, Belinda. That's okay. I've got Janie. Janie will keep me company. Won't you, Janie?
Sure.
See, I've got Janie. I don't need you, Belinda. It's okay. I can, however, present her so
Not unmuting.
everyone can see her. You've got to be kidding me. I'm so sick and tired of Google Hangout being a.
A bad word.
There we go.
Ow, cat. No.
okay, now you can hear me. Yay!
Now I can hear you.
Okay, what did I get up to?
I have no idea. I got distracted and then I got scared because you ran away and I was talking to myself and we have a viewer and I don't know who the viewer is, so I'm sorry, really sorry.
okay,
Kudos
there's
to
video.
Janie and Jordan though for coming off of mute and keeping me company, even though I know at least Janie is scared to death of being
It's not that scary.
broadcasted.
It's not that scary. Yeah, so what did I get up to? Went up in the lifts. They have an awesome front hallway, which is in the video. I could smell popcorn immediately, so that was good. Went in and the whole thing was based around the book The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly
Uh-oh.
Black.
There we go. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black was what it was based around because we were going to meet Holly Black.
Yay!
So the room was dark and they made like a jungle area and stuff like that. Like it's only a tiny room, but they did an excellent job. And then, like me and the girl that I was with, we sort of wandered around the room and looked at the snacks that were available, and they looked amazing. Not that I could eat any of them, but they looked amazing. We went and had our young adult tarot read, so that was interesting. Basically telling us, pardon me, telling us who our YA boyfriend would be from a book, telling us what our career would be, where we'd live, and you'll never guess where I got. Oh my god!
Where?
Out of all the places where I should never ever be, apart from the kitchen.
That's true, though. So true.
What type of house would I, or should I never ever live in?
At this point, any of them, anything with a sharp corner, and like, yeah.
Okay, well, think PQRN, think old school fried ketchup. Where should I never ever live?
A haunted house.
Guess where I got? I got a haunted house. So that particular choice was done from the book Anna Dressed in Blood, which is kind of a creepy book. So I went, oh, thanks for that. Thanks. Yeah, love that. So that made everyone laugh.
The chat
And
going along the side right now is hilarious.
it is. I love this. I love having the chat down the side. It's so good. Then we met the author Sophie Hardcastle, who has written a book called Running Like China, and it's basically chronicling her journey through bipolar. So I'm hoping I'm going to enjoy that one. She spoke so well. It was her first time public speaking about her book. She read a bit of it. She talked to us a bit. She's really quite young. She looks amazing, bitch. Yeah, so that's Sophie Hardcastle.
Aww.
And she was just such a sweetheart. When I went to go and get my book signed, I said to her, postnatal depression is kind of a little bit like it, but, postnatal depression, you usually come out of it, whereas bipolar, it's sort of like a lifelong struggle. And I said, the light at the end of the tunnel is not a train, so don't stress, okay? It's going to be good. And she's like, oh, thank you, and gave me a massive hug. And so I got my book signed.
Aww.
So that was good. Oh, yeah, I suppose I should show you this one too, since this was the whole reason we were there. After we did that, then Holly Black came out, and she came to talk to us. So, yeah, signed by Miss Holly Black. And she looked for all the world like Tinkerbell. Like, seriously, her hair and her eyebrows and her lipstick and her clothes, she was amazing.
I just have to comment on our chat going on, and I have to read part of it out loud because it's funny. Janie's over here talking about she's jealous, and she wants to meet an author. Shut up, Janie. You met Yerky. Shut up.
And she's met you.
Well, yeah, but I'm not an author. I'm a writer. There's a difference.
The only difference is a yes, thank you letter.
That is true. That is very true.
Exactly. Yeah, so we sat down, we talked to Holly Black for a while, there was Q&A. The girl I was with challenged Holly Black to write a convincing lesbian couple in her next book. And Holly's like, okay, well, what is a convincing lesbian couple to you? So, give me examples of a good lesbian couple. So they sat there and they shot the breeze for a good half hour, 45 minutes afterwards, just talking about, comparing lesbian couples in books to try and figure out and feel out where everything, which direction's the right one to take. But the friend I was with basically said, just make them people first. that's the key, because everyone's got gay guys and everything in their books, and they're so great and blah blah blah. But
But they're
lesbian
usually,
couples, there's not a lot.
well, that and usually when there's a gay couple, there's so much emphasis on the fact that they're gay that it's almost like they're like they're inhuman. They're in the same ranking as, say, the vampire or the fairy, no pun intended, sorry,
Yeah,
or the werewolf. So it's like they're in a class of their own, and we kind of forget. Yeah, exactly. Caricatures of themselves. Thank you, Jordan.
yeah. They become a stereotype rather than people.
And Belinda, you're gonna have to read that one.
Hueves. So yeah, it was really good to be able to sit and talk to Holly and have a lot of fun. Then we went back to my room, into my hotel room, which luckily was just next door, so that was really good. Put our stuff down, and then we went and found dinner, which happened to be a sushi restaurant that was about to close, and it had like the sushi train thing happening, like the conveyor belt. So I spent 20 minutes looking at it going, what even are you? Looking at all the things going past, because there was no labels on anything except for in like Chinese characters or whatever the heck country they came from. And it was like, you're purple. What is purple in food? Seriously? Okay, what? Oh, that looks like fish roe. Yeah. It's like, okay, you look like crab, so maybe I'll pick you up on your next round. It was so stupid. So we ate sushi
The
and
sad part is I can see, like, I can envision this playing out as you're talking.
oh yeah, I was quite vocal, and I'm sure the friend I was with was just like, shh, don't make it so loud, because there was
We're
only
in
us and the
public.
two
There are people
employees there. Well, there was only us and the two employees because they were literally ready to close.
Well, they count as people too, Belinda. Employees are people too.
Yeah, but
Rise of the
the,
people.
they didn't say anything. Literally, we asked him, "Are you open?" And he's like, "Yes." That's it. That's all he said to us. There was no conversation at all. The female employee, she's like, "Cash or card?" That's it. 3 words from the employees. That's
Yes,
it.
they may not have said anything to you at that moment, but I can
But
guarantee you
they talked about us
when
after we
you left,
left.
when you left, they went, "Did you see those stupid bitches? What the
Did
How
you
do I
see
know
them?
this? Because I've worked retail. I'm working hospitality, and that's exactly what happens."
Did you see the way she tried to use those chopsticks? It looks like she's never used it before. Yeah? So we did that. Then we went back to my room again and we shot a few videos, which I have to edit yet, but those will be up on Marianne's YouTube channel. And we looked through our goodie bags that we got when we left. And I love my goodie bag. It weighed a ton, and I'm thinking, oh yay, my 28-pound bag is now going to weigh more. This is going to be fun. Anyway, I'll show you the books that I got in it, because, it was a book thing. I got The Raging Light by Estelle Laurie, and look at this cover. Like, it's got
Wow.
the raging light, the bit that's flaring here that says the raging light. Not that you can see it. But then it's like, oh, these other words. And I needed this one when I was doing the book tag a few years ago, because there was one that said only words on the cover. I've got one now. And then I got Pompidou Posse by Sarah Lotz. And this one, the back of it says, you're 17, one night, more or less, by accident you set fire to a garden shed. Naturally, you pack up and run off to Paris. What? What
Uh,
17-year-old goes to Paris because they burned down a shed?
can I just say that it's really funny that you're like reading? I know you're reading, but you're like having things in front of your face, so you're doing this. So it just sounds like you're hiding.
I am hiding. And then I got Mind Games by Terry Terry. And anyone who doesn't know who Terry Terry is, she did the Slated series.
That is a very
And
unfortunate name.
but it was a really good series, so really like that one. And I look at the back of it. It's all shiny. And the spine is shiny.
I personally appreciate a shiny spine. That's what I look for in women because I'm a reasonable lesbian couple.
So that was the books. And I didn't go to any bookshops while I was there, even though when we were shuttling back to the airport, yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that. Anyway, talked for ages, did our videos, went to bed, woke up the next morning after being in a hotel room where the curtains didn't actually reach the floor. They were about a foot off the ground. And the hotel that I'm in, well, even last time I was there in September last year, they had 24-hour construction happening next door. Which, if you're trying to sleep, good luck with that. Yeah, but because they're doing construction at night, they need light. So when you have curtains that are about a foot off the ground, not conducive with blocking out the light. So I had daylight pretty much in my room for the whole time. So that was really interesting trying to get sleep. So I woke up feeling like I'd drunk a bloody gallon of vodka. Terrible.
You mean like 4.5 Jack Daniels? Because that's what I felt like when I woke up the next day.
Or in my case, just sniffing anything alcoholic. Just like...
That is also true.
I don't need to drink it. I just need to sniff it. Yeah, so
Belinda,
then I got
queen
up.
of the contact high.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't condone chroming, though. Chroming is a bad idea. Don't do that.
What the hell is that?
Chroming is where you get like an aerosol can or something and you spray it into like a bottle or a bag or something and you put it over your mouth and you breathe the fumes.
That's called huffing here.
Chroming. Because they usually do it with spray paint.
Well, see, ours is called huffing because, yeah, you're huffing it.
Huffing and puffing and blowing that house down. Yeah, so get up, get ready, decide that I'm going to go down and stalk my favourite morning news program, which happens to be in Martin Square, which is just a short walk from my hotel. But I decided, let's just make sure they're actually in the country this time, because last year in September they were in Hawaii. Was it Hawaii? Or was it Vegas? Anyway, they weren't in Australia. They were in America last year when I was there, which was kind of annoying. So I get up. I'm like, oh, am I going to like wear my beanie and my gloves and my jacket and my scarf and be like an Eskimo? And I thought, no, that's all right. We'll just, yeah. I walk outside and it was like a bitch slap. It's like, here, have some cold. It was freezing. And you walk out, it's like, oh, do I want to go back upstairs and like get my stuff? It's like, no, just walk. Walk it off.
Knees to your chest, bitch. Knees to your chest.
Absolutely. So I'm like walking and my eyes are streaming because the cold was so bad. Then, of course, because my eyes are streaming, my nose is running. And it's like, I look like a hot mess. Except I'm freezing. It was not good. So I finally find my way to Martin Place, and there's photos on my Facebook of what Martin Place looks like at the moment. Apparently they're going to have Matilda there somewhere soon. The stage show version of it. Because there's like blue posters everywhere in Sydney. Yeah, so I went there, tried to find the Lint Cafe. Found it last time I was there. Couldn't find it this time. At all. So that was a bit of a bust. Took a few wrong turns, and then I saw the Sydney Harbour Bridge again. I'm like, I wonder if I just walk that way, and just keep walking that way, whether I'll actually get to it or whether it'll be one of those dorky streets like here in Brisbane where you walk straight but suddenly you end up like veering off and going nowhere you want to be. So I walked, and then there's photos of the Sydney Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge and everything because I got to Circular Quay and it was beautiful. It like the wind was blocked and the sun was shining and it was so lovely. I'm like, I could just sit here for hours. And then I looked at my watch and I went, nope, you've got a shuttle to catch. You need to get your butt back to the hotel. So I did that. I thawed out for a little bit, caught the shuttle. There's photos from the shuttle trip back to the airport. Get to the airport, and last time I was there, when I got there early, they're like, oh, do you want to catch the flight beforehand? And I was like, yes, please. This time I got there so early and they didn't offer it to me. So I got to sit in the airport area doing shopping and other things and having lunch. Got on my plane, got home, got on the train, got off the train, got on the bus, and forgot to touch on, like, I don't know whether you've got the, you know, like in Britain, they've got the Oyster card. So you like tap a thing and it like takes credit off a card. You're muted, by the way, just in case you don't know that.
Yeah, I know. That's because my
Yeah.
child decided I needed a kitten. And
Yeah. So yeah, get on the bus and nobody would frickin' move, so I could get my now 15.5 kilogram bag. I don't know
hang
what that is.
on. I'm working on it.
Na 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 na. Yeah, so I get on the bus, nobody moves, and I'm just concentrating on trying to get my bag out of the way. And the bus driver like whistles at me like a freaking dog. And it's like, dude. He goes, are you going to touch on? I'm like, oh yeah, sorry. Touch on. And then, of course, because I'm coming home at the time when school finishes, all the students with their huge school bags. Oh my God. But it ended up taking me over an hour and a half to get home via public transport. It only took me an hour and 5 minutes in the air to get to Sydney. That's how much my bag weighed. 34.17 pounds to come home. It was not easy to carry around. Luckily it had wheels. Really? Because you do.
I tried to mute, and yeah, he waited. Like, he's been sitting here quietly, and then as soon as I press unmute, he's like, "Meow! Stop chewing on me."
So yeah, got home and everyone was cranky and not really giving a crap that I was home. I'm like, oh, welcome home, me. I love me too. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Yeah. Welcome home. So now I'm here. I have a lot more books to read. I've got some videos to edit. And you've seen the photos that I put up. So, yay! That was Sydney.
Yay!
Okay, your turn.
I have a cat. That's it. I don't have anything else.
Hey, did you do what I told you to do while I was on the train yesterday? Did you Google the Putin bird thing?
No, because
You gotta do it.
I was kind of sure that you were on drugs at that point, so I
I'm
kind of
serious. I'm serious.
fine. Okay, hang on. Talk. Don't leave it turned on so it'll look at me while I'm Googling.
Meow. Meow. Oh, meow, so the cat doesn't meow.
Yeah, he's a crybaby. He's a little crybaby. Flock of birds.
Mm-hmm. Flock of birds.
Stop. Shh. I know, Belinda scares me too.
Bleh.
It's okay. She'll go to sleep in a minute. Oh, that's weird. I don't like that. Ah! There. I don't like that.
So for
That's
anyone
weird.
who's not Googling Putin's face in a flock of birds, there was a flock of birds, was it over New York, I think it was? And someone took a photo, and it, for all the world, looks like Vladimir Putin.
That's weird.
But I'm sure if you stuck pretty much any bald guy's face there, it would look like that.
Sorry. He was crying while he was on me, and now he's crying at my feet, and I don't know where he went, so I can't even pick him back up.
Oh well.
For
Oh
those of you that
gosh.
don't know, that was Danny B. Parrot.
Mm. The cat.
Also, once again, I really don't need the members of the 69 Cats to watch this video.
Why?
Because Danny B!
So? Okay, so everyone tell me in the comments if you're gonna like tag somebody.
Don't you do it, I will kill all of you. And most of you I can get to relatively easily. Go ahead. Try me.
Can't touch this.
One of these days, I will take a trip out there.
I know. But the question is, are we gonna go to Sydney or are we gonna stay in Brisbane?
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of wandering somewhere and ending up exactly where I want to be as opposed to veering off.
Yeah. It helps. Although Sydney's so cold. Oh my gosh. Oh, and the other weird thing was, like, I walk outside and everyone's exercising. Like, they're all in, like, tiny, tiny little pants and tiny, tiny little shirts and tiny, tiny little shoes and run, 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 run everywhere. And it was like, oh, you're all making me more cold just looking at you. Oh, go away. Go back to your
That's like
houses.
that's like when we were in Nashville and it was like 100 degrees. Okay, it wasn't that hot, but it was hot. And like we're dying, and people are jogging. I'm like, what the hell do you think you're doing, you crazy ass people? Stop!
Exactly. It was freezing. And then all of a sudden, 8 o'clock comes around and there are no more joggers anywhere. No people exercising anywhere. Everyone is in three-piece suits with high heels or nice shoes. Thank you very much. It's work time now. And there are so many coffee shops. Like, you'll have a group of like 20 people just randomly standing around on the footpath, and you're like, dude, freaking move. And then you hear, Madison! Out of like this pokey little hole in the wall. So some buffhead has decided to just make like a barista cafe in like literally a store, which I don't even think you technically call a store. It's like maybe 4 foot wide, and it must go back like a fair way. Seriously, just like every like 20 meters, there's another one of these blessed things. And there's like 3 Starbucks that I saw on my walk around, and I didn't walk that far. And I don't particularly like Starbucks, so that was a bit
Nazi
of a...
coffee.
And their coffee smells weird. Like, Australian coffee's really good. Like, according to the Americans that have come out here and then gone home again, it's like, yeah, American coffee sucks.
It really does. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of American coffee. Actually, I'm not really a big fan of coffee. I'm pretty sure I'd like it if I was like in Europe or something, but
I don't know, but Australian coffee is apparently really good. I don't know. I hate Starbucks coffee. I don't know whether it's because it's American coffee in Australia. I just bleh.
hotel coffee. Sorry, just a comment. Jordan said she liked the coffee that we keep at the hotel, and yeah, that's because hotel coffee. By the time you drink it, it's like I'm about to fall asleep, and if I don't like get something now, I'm going to die or kill somebody and or fall asleep, and bad things happen when you fall asleep. And yeah, so I'm not really sure if it's actually good or if ow or if it's just a life-saving technique. That's survival.
It's the scent of desperation.
That's true.
So yeah, there were seagulls in the middle of the street in Sydney. seagulls in the middle of the street. Like you forget that Sydney is a coastal town, a coastal city, I should say, not a town. And you're thinking, oh well, there's going to be like pigeons and things like that. But then all of a sudden you walk past and there's just like these two pigeons fighting over a chip in the middle of the road, and it was like,
We had a really funny experience when we were in New Orleans. This we were walking down the street, and there was this like group of pigeons, and they were eating a chicken leg. But the thing that was making it really fun, like they were fighting over it. But what made it really funny is there was this crackhead that was like, "Look at them, they're eating that chicken leg."
that's cannibalism.
That's exactly they eating their cousin.
The saddest thing I saw, there was a homeless guy who had planted himself at the apex of a corner, and I think it was one of those weird ones where you can actually cross diagonally. We don't have too many of them in Australia, so that's why they're weird. Yeah, so he planted himself at the apex of this corner, and he was lucky enough to have a mattress. Not everybody who's homeless in Sydney has a mattress. And he'd found himself a doona, or a comforter, or a blanket, whatever you guys call it. And he had curled himself up into like a caterpillar shape, and the only thing that was visible was his hand with the cup for the money. So
Oh,
head,
that's really
everything.
sad.
And it was freezing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But luckily I saw it from the shuttle, so there was nothing I could do. So, yeah,
I
I
think
saw a lot
the homeless in New Orleans, they're funny because they'll hold up signs and like the poor and the homeless are very honest in New Orleans because they're like need money for weed, need money for alcohol, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you because you're honest.
mm, yeah, so Kiddo was just like, how do you know he didn't just get up off that mattress when you went by and went home? I said, honey, it was cold enough that if you had a home, you would have been at home. You would not have been lying in the middle of the street begging for money. So, bit of a sad one, but yeah. So Sydney was awesome. I want to take the kiddo back there. She's picked January because Nightwish is having an all ages concert there,
Awesome.
and she somehow thinks that I'm going to be able to pull tickets to that out of my butt, and flights, and accommodation, and whatever else she decides that we should do in January when I'm not allowed to take time off because of Christmas sales and things like that. Yeah, so apparently this is all supposed to be happening, and every time we say it's not going to happen, she does the whole teenage thing.
So much angst, so much angst, so much teenager angst.
But you don't understand.
But mommy.
It's the last time they'll ever be here. Oh, come off it. They
Yeah,
were only here last year.
that's like Kiss has done how many farewell tours, and Cher has done how many farewell tours. I think we're like, oh God, I can't even count.
Dude, even I've seen Cher in concert. That's how many times she's been around.
We
She
probably
was.
shouldn't talk about Cher because I'm pretty sure Jordan's still sore about that.
There's a story there.
Yeah, she Jordan's like, I'm gonna cry now. Uh, she has been a huge fan of Cher since like she was a kid. That was her idol. And Cher was finally coming to Shreveport, I think. And
She
you gotta
went to
understand,
Shreveport? Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah. And like I was gonna say, you have to understand about North Louisiana. That's the part that doesn't involve New Orleans, um, or Baton Rouge. And so nothing happens here. Well, I take that back. Actually, that's changing, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
yeah, up until then, nothing comes to like Upper Louisiana, except for like the Trans Siberian Orchestra, which is awesome, but not necessarily something you want to see like all the time. So yeah, Cher's finally coming to Shreveport. She gets tickets for her birthday. She is so excited. She raves and raves about this for like a month. And at the last minute, Cher got sick and had to cancel it.
Oh no. Oh, sorry.
I have never seen a grown woman more crushed in my
Oh,
life.
4 tickets. Oh no. Oh. Well, look, I'm gonna be nasty and I'm gonna burst your bubble. If you've seen the DVD of that concert, that's exactly what it's like. Every single show to the moment when she does her thing. Like, seriously, line for line. There is no ad lib, there is no anything. Even in Australia, when usually there's the odd question of things like, does it snow here? There was none of that. None of it. It was exactly word for word the DVD. So, if you've seen the DVD, you've seen it. Although it was kind of fun, but I actually enjoyed the Village People better, and they were the support act.
That's really sad, and also you just really flexed your age muscle.
But they were fun. They taught us everybody how to do the YMCA properly.
I have a cat sleeping on me.
Oh, he's so cute. And it doesn't snow in Brisbane, no. It can snow sometimes in the Highlands, in Victoria, and places like that. It did snow in the Granite Belt in Queensland, so sort of like the Stanthorpe type area. But that's only because it gets cold there really, really easy. It doesn't happen often though, but it has never snowed in Brisbane.
And of course, you also have to understand that Belinda's idea of cold is anything under like 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
We've got to like -3 Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but that was cold.
Someone Google it. I've got a cat, and my phone's over there. But yeah,
It
so Jordan apparently wanted to pull a me and lurk behind the show, and yeah, apparently I've got pretty good. Yeah, apparently everyone wants to take me to shows because I've got good luck, and I was like, let's see. Between all of the concerts that I've been to, there was Charlie Daniels where I got like up to the front of the stage. Manson, who, well, I guess we met Alice Cooper, so that was pretty cool. And then, okay, yeah, you know what? I do have good luck. I just thought
I
about
got to
it.
touch Pink. I got to touch Pink. That was pretty cool.
We
I
almost
love that.
we almost played. Yeah, because I suddenly learned how to play an instrument. No, we almost got to party with oh God, Vinnie Paul. 28 degrees apparently is what -3 Celsius is. Thank you, Janie.
Mm. See, it was cold. 26
But
Fahrenheit.
but yeah, at the hymn concert, we almost got to party with the members of Volbeat and Vinnie Paul, and yeah, then I got molested at the 69 Cats. So okay, yeah, I'll give you that. It may not necessarily go how I want it to, but I do have pretty good luck.
Yeah. It's yeah. I don't know. When it comes to authors, I reckon I have the best luck. Although when we were giving feedback as we were leaving the Hatchet headquarters, Ashley, the lovely lady who has invited me 2 years running, she's like, "Oh, so what did you think this year?" I'm like, "Okay, my big tip: make sure you make your announcements before the Brisbane Writers Festival make their announcements, so that I still have justification for spending an obscene amount of money to come down here for 2 hours." And then fly home again the next day. Because if you put it out afterwards, my husband will be like, "Oh, that's good. You had no reason to spend an obscene amount of money when you can just see the author when they come to Brisbane." So I will also be seeing Holly Black in about 3 weeks in Brisbane for $17.
But at
So
least you
he's
got to do some sightseeing, which you wouldn't have done. So
exactly. Exactly. I mean, how often is it that you can say that you stood there and watched seagulls eat a chip in the middle of a road in Sydney?
that's true. I can never say that. Sorry, there's a cat sitting on my microphone.
And you know exactly what the inner dialogue was saying.
Mine, 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 mine.
And cars would go past and they'd just like scoot out of the way and go straight back to the chip. It was like, wow, single-mindedness.
Seagulls. Did you see the movie? I mean,
Yeah. No. I don't know who Marie Botswick is.
sounds like a bitch.
Hmm.
Sorry. We finally have people
We're in the
chatting with
chat.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finally have people chatting with us, so we're like,
Long extended writing is good. Fiction about quilting. Okay, I've read one about knitting, and I've got one here about cats, but I haven't read one about quilting. I can honestly say I have never, ever seen. She writes fiction about quilting so badass, written directly one after the other.
so badass. So badass.
Yep. The guy that I sat next to on the plane on the way down to Sydney, I get out my crocheting because I'm just like, what am I going to do? Um, yeah, he's like, oh, what are you knitting? It's like, I'm not knitting, I'm crocheting. He's like,
You,
oh,
you're what?
crocheting,
Crocheting?
crocheting.
And here we go again.
It's not like magician.
I don't believe you.
Crocheting.
Or what was the other one? Oh, Bam Stroker. Yeah. That one to this day, Bam Stroker is still my favorite.
Bam, and the dirty's gone.
Yeah,
I
because
suppose a bit of
that's where our
environment.
mind goes.
Well, I need to show you the ad from the Australian commercial. Like, the whatever. English. I'm tired still.
I just remembered that one moment on Friday Ketchup when you were reading the article and you accidentally
I
copied and
read the
pasted
ad.
the ad. And you're like in the middle of this very serious thing, and then
I'm
you're
going over
like,
to Facebook.
Stampede! Hoof it on over to Facebook. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was like the greatest moment, and I'm so glad we recorded that. And yeah, I hope. Sorry. Ugh, I ran out of things to drink because I drank it all because stress. But yeah, apparently I'm petting the cat like a villain because I am a
Mhm.
villain. I'm petting my pusher. I'm also Sean Connery.
Apparently. Why am I getting dings? Stop dinging in my ear. Who bees dinging?
That's because you're a ding dong.
No, it's not ding dong. It goes ding ding.
Okay, well then you're a ding
Okay.
ding.
I don't know what it's doing. Being annoying. Nah.
Is it a Facebook ding ding or is it a Google ding ding?
It's a Google ding ding. Yeah, so I'm feeling better.
Yay!
Sort of. Like, still. Nasal voice is nasal.
Australian intensifies.
Oh, it's so horrible. Yeah, so I got the window seat on the way home, and I had nobody sitting next to me, so I could be totally daggy all by myself. And I could eat the food on the way home. It was a meat pie! Yay!
Yay! I think.
So it was kind of like they're going, oh, it's a meat pie. And I'm thinking, yeah, that usually has potato in it to try and help thicken the meat. So I'm there and I'm like reading the back of the packet to try and read the label, and it's like, it's all blurry because they'd printed twice on the one thing. I'm like, I don't think I see potato written on here anywhere. Looking at it, and then it's like, oh well, stuff it. What am I gonna do?
Cry.
So I ate that, and that was good.
Yay! I'm glad you
Airplane
got to eat
food's come a
something.
long way. Well, I'd already eaten, so I effectively had two lunches.
Oh, look at you.
I know. What is the ding ding? Go away, ding ding.
Go away, ding ding. Stop, ding ding.
Janie, daggy is an Australian word that means idiot, stupid, or the literal term means a piece of shit hanging off the back end of a sheep.
There you
Just so you
go.
know.
The more you know.
And we're not even going into what bugger means, because dictionary.
I kind of really want to tell you about that, but I don't know. No, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So, yeah, Janie finally stepped out of the closet. Actually, technically, she was dragged out of the closet by her mother.
Mhm.
Um, when I was up there, uh, apparently right after I left, her mom looks at her and goes, "So, are you two dating?" To which Janie, in all of her grace and dignity, responded with, "What? What? What? No, we might be. What?" And yeah, then she's sitting there and she's like, how did you know?" And she's like, "Well, Janie, we're not stupid. You've been down there to visit, and she's come up here. You sleep in the same room. You were caught in the same bed together." And I went, "Oh yeah, oops." And Janie was like, "Well, we could have just been really good friends, Mom." And she's like, "I don't care who you date, but we need to talk about your soda." And she's like, "Huh? What? Wait, huh?" As you can tell, Janie is all about dignity and grace. And yeah. And so her mom's like, "I don't care who you sleep with, just you can't drink so many sodas."
As long as the important things are still important.
Exactly. And I'm like, so basically what your mom just said is you can fuck as many women as you want, but don't drink Coke.
Yeah,
And I'm like, why can't we have more coming out of the closet stories like that? Because that is brilliant.
it certainly is. Actually, I think there probably would be more of them. Like, especially now in the coming years, decades, things that are ahead in the future. I reckon we'll have far more of that.
Oh, there was one story I saw on Facebook earlier. I don't know why I'm rocking the cat. I
Because
just
it's a
realized
mommy thing.
I've been doing it forever. I can tell, and I've been rocking the cat.
At least it's a
Anyway,
living being and not a sack of potatoes.
that is also true. And he's sleeping, and so it's working, and he's not at me. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. But anyway, so yeah, I was on Facebook earlier, and I saw this story where this adoptive family is suing the state of South Carolina because when the baby was born, it was born. I don't know what the technical term for it is. Pardon my unpolitical correctness here, but hermaphroditic.
Okay.
And I think it's intersexual or something. I don't remember the actual term for it now. But they listed on the birth certificate that the baby was a female. And right before the child was adopted, they snipped off the boy parts. But
Oh.
now the child is trying to identify as a boy, which he would have been able to do had the state not ordered for them to chop off his genitals. And so they are rightfully suing the state because they think that this is telling children you have to be one way or the other. We're not going to accept you as is, flaws and all. You've got to be one or the other. And as we have clearly proven, that is not necessarily the case.
Mm. So, what a bugger.
And then there was also the case of Target is getting rid of all of their gender specific things. They're no longer referring to things as girl toys or boy toys. And people are throwing a huge fit about it. And one of the common complaints is, how am I supposed to know what to get my child or my grandchild or whatever for Christmas or birthday or whatever? And I saw a really cool thing on Tumblr. It was a
How about
Tumblr
you
post.
just get to know the kids, damn it?
Exactly. Why don't you just get to know the person that you're trying to buy presents for, as opposed to just buying them things that you think they need because they're a boy or because they're a girl? And
Maybe it's a conspiracy to make them buy more gift vouchers.
ooh,
Because we all know that they make a lot of money off the gift vouchers because everybody gets one, not everybody uses it.
that's true. That's
Mm-mm.
true.
The number of times I've had customers come through and the gift voucher's like 3 years old, and it's like, yeah, there's a 12-month limit on that.
Yep. I don't know why my camera just
Hmm.
activated. I didn't make a noise.
I don't know. Anyway, so, what else is happening? Apparently there's two girls missing in two separate events in, I think, is it all Queensland? I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I'm really, really good news reporter. Can you tell? Haha. Um,
We're so good at this professionalism.
Absolutely professional to the T. Uh, one of them, they're suspecting she was a little bit promiscuous. So basically, the media has stopped reporting on it because she must have been asking for it.
I hate that so much. I really, really do.
Yeah. So
I
that
think
one's
I think the
interesting.
best I think the best thing I've ever seen, exactly, Jordan, slut shaming
Hmm.
at its finest. Misogyny is alive and well. But I think the best thing I ever saw was this article that said uh, a rape victim set her rapist on fire, and the following comments were hysterical. It was like, well, he should have known better. He should have worn flame retardant clothes. He was clearly asking for it, and oh my God, it was just all these different excuses for,
That
well,
they
what did he
usually
have to
turn around
drink?
on rape victims. Yeah.
Exactly. And it was, oh my God, it was hilarious. And it really proves a point. And then I saw another one, and it was like how we view sexual consent, especially at least in the United States. I can't speak for Australia or
Like a
worldwide.
cup of tea. Sexual consent is like a cup of tea. You go and you're like, do you want a cup of tea? If the person says yes, then you give them a cup of tea. If they say, then obviously you're not going to go and make them a cup of tea just in case they say no thanks later. So, you're not going to make them a cup of tea if they're like, no, 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 that's fine. So, why is sexual consent any different than making your friend a cup of tea?
That's true. But yeah, this one was like the sexual consent in this country is viewed so badly. What if we applied the logic that men use when they rape women, or the other way around, because rape happens
It
to
does
both
happen.
genders. Um, and it was like it used real life examples, like someone was driving off in a car, and it's like, hey, wait a minute, that was my car, and it was, oh, I liked yours better than I liked mine, so I took it. I figured you wouldn't mind. Or someone like is stealing money out of someone's purse, and it was like, well, you lent me money once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Cups of tea.
Yep, sexuality is like cups of tea, especially if you put a spoon in it.
Hmm. What happens if you take no sugar or
Then
milk?
you have sex, but you don't kiss. I don't know.
Hot and strong. Oh dear. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we'll all have to keep an eye out for Holly Black's next book and just see if there's a lesbian relationship in there because that all came from the event that I was at. Oh my god, if it is, we're gonna be so like squeeze moment. Sorry about anybody's ears just then.
It's like Janine Frost that was talking about stop stretching. I keep thinking it's gonna fall. Anyway, Janine Frost was talking about like sex scenes and different things like that, and we like as fans gave input. But then at one point, in a couple of the Janine Frost books, the Night Prince novels, it shows Vlad, better known as Dracula. Uh, he he has an iPad. So Janie and I had this whole conversation of how the hell did he get an iPad? Did he go to Walmart himself and get it? And it's like, just picture like Dracula. I'd like an iPad, please. You know? And then it was like, what happens if they got the order wrong? Like,
A death sentence.
I ordered the 10-inch and you gave me the 7-inch. I shall impale you. It just now dawned on me. Janie, he probably ordered it on Amazon.
Oh. And if they got it wrong, he probably just sent it back.
Maybe.
And wrote a
I
very
don't.
strongly worded letter.
I'm very cross with you.
Oh goodness. Oh, so while we're down there, I met. Hang on, let me see if I can find the damn business card. Ah, nope, that's not it.
He went and
Two.
bought the danged thing. The danged thing.
Ah,
Thank you, Janie, for that typo. That was a brilliant typo.
I met the girls that are starting a subscription box here in Australia called the YA Chronicles. It's probably reversed on the camera, but whatever.
Nope, it showed up perfectly fine for me.
Yeah, so we met them at the event and they handed me a business card. So I have gone and I have ordered myself the September subscription box. Just a little bit pricey. Ouch. It's like $29 plus $10 postage. So it's like, sheesh. Goodness me. So apparently there's supposed to be a book, a bookmark, and between 2 and 5 other little added extra things in the box. So we'll see how that goes. Whether I will do it again, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully there'll be, there's a theme to this video. There'll be a video on that one at some stage. And yeah, you'll all just have to keep your eyes out for Marianne's YouTube page to see all the other stuff that I got in my goodie bag. We talk about the event itself. We talk about the books that we were told about that are up and coming. What else did we talk about? I don't know. Anyway, there'll be videos. We had a lot of fun. So that's me. Is there anything else we need to talk about? Because I really want to go and take a nap.
Oh, poor Belinda.
I
Poor
slept so well
baby.
last night, but I'm still tired.
Poor baby.
Nah, I'm buggered. And I'm sniffly.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad that has been captured and it is live and everyone saw it. So that's awesome.
There'll probably be gifs of it later. That's good.
Jordan says we should talk about Transformers, but the problem is I don't think any of us know anything about Transformers.
I haven't seen it.
Because they're more than meets the eye, apparently. Thank you, Jordan. This is what happens when you have fan interaction or friend
Yeah.
interaction. Smitty Werber Jimson. He was number
Okay.
one.
Does anybody have any serious questions? Anybody at all?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's this really weird app, and it's called, I don't even remember what it's called now. Hang on. Sorry, cat.
Professionalism!
Professionalism! It's right there. It's called Akinator. And yeah, you can, no,
Um,
not the speech jammer. Not the speech jammer. We are not talking about the speech jammer.
no speech, Gemma.
Um, but yeah, it's this app that you can play with, and it will pick any popular, actually even some of the obscure ones, character that like you think of someone, and it will ask you questions, and it will pick your character, whoever you're thinking about, and it's addictive as shit. Jane and I played it for like an hour, and I think we were able to fool it like twice. Um, Joanna and I played it, and I think she fooled it like 3 times. I think, I don't remember. Um, and one of the things, well, I don't know how much about SpongeBob you know, probably not a lot, but there's this one episode that features a character by the name of Smitty Werber Jaegerman Jensen. And all we know about him is he was number one. That's it. And so it asks questions, and it's like, is your character a male? Yes. Is your character, whatever, insert question here. And finally it gets to, is your character connected to SpongeBob SquarePants? Why, yes. Yes, he was. Belinda left again. Awesome. We get to fight with that on the way back. But anyway, yeah. Uh, and it picked it. And it picked some really obscure shit. I think I was able to fool it like twice. Just no, 3 times on my own. So yeah, it's a really cool app if you're ever really bored. Now let's see if we can get Belinda back for a moment so she can say bye or whatever.
Let's go. There we go.
There we
Okay,
go.
I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so not speech, Gemma.
You didn't hear any of that? Well, you're just going to have to watch the broadcast because I'm not talking about that again.
Oh, really? Ah, fine.
But yeah, no, the speech jammer, actually really funny story about the speech jammer. I don't know if you saw the Jenna Marbles video or not.
Uh, I know it exists. I just cannot sit through it and watch it because I've seen other people do it, and it's like,
It's actually really funny. But Jordan and I were at work one night, and we decided to try it. And Jordan got all kinds of messed up. But because of the fact that doing Friday Ketchup when we were on PQRN, I could constantly hear myself. Hearing my own voice didn't mess me up at all. So I wasn't any fun in the playing the speech jammer.
it'd be interesting if you and I ever could play it.
You would probably, I don't know, I think you and I probably would be able to get through it pretty well.
Yeah, I think we'd be pretty boring.
Yeah, because, I mean, and that's what I was telling Jordan, is when we were recording because of the GoPro, we were constantly hearing ourselves. So hearing our own voice played back to us it didn't mess us up. And then there were times where it would cause an echo. And so that, it doesn't bother me. It did it first, But, which by the way, this is a Sound Blaster GoPro.
Yes, that is a little magic device that made it all possible.
Yes. And yeah, that's the reason why I had to run to the store and get a new pair of headphones because that would not work. Yeah, Jordan
Bastard.
really did. She sounded like Porky Pig the whole time. It was hysterical. She's like, I didn't know how badly I needed my own ears to be able to talk. And I was like, see, do radio broadcast and you'll break yourself of that habit really quickly.
Yep, very quickly. I don't know. Have I seen any really good videos lately? Not really. I like the one of the little kitten learning how to lick himself while he's watching his mum do it. That one's really cute.
And suddenly I look down at the cat and go, I'm not teaching you how to lick yourself. You got to learn that all on your own.
You might end up needing to teach him how to bath. Or should I say bathe?
Well, if I have to teach him how to bathe, I'm going to throw him into I'm going to throw him in the bathtub.
You'll get him used to it now, and then you'll be right. It's
I
hot enough,
wish.
he'll be okay with it.
Look at this thing.
Oh, see,
This,
my
this is
babies
how
are
this is how he's
bigger
been
than that.
laying for like forever, and he's just flopped out.
Yep. If you picked up his paw right now, you'd be like, eh.
Actually, he was twitching a minute ago because I guess he's dreaming, and yeah,
Meh.
that's it. He's like purring the whole time, so yeah, I'm getting like weirdly enough motorboated, but I don't mean motorboat. I mean, yeah,
Kitty motivated.
yeah. I mean, technically he is on my boob, so I guess that's also correct, but not what I
I don't
meant.
have that much boob. If I put my cat
So,
down there, it'd be on my hip.
so basically, you can't be motorboated. You're more like, oh damn, I had a really good one and I lost it.
Canoed.
Yeah, I'm not
But one of those.
motorboated. I'm sailboated.
I don't know. Paddled. You sort of got to go like this to reach them both.
And
God.
there's way more information than you ever needed about Belinda. You are welcome. We've given you a public service.
Oh God. Oh, how I miss editing.
Yeah, I know, right? Janie, on the other hand, you could stand like 3 states away and just go, and there you go.
Yeah.
Damn your well-endowedness.
Oh well. Yeah.
Janie has enough for all of us.
I'm not saying that. You can say it.
I'm not saying that on the standpoint of a like real lesbian couple. I'm saying that on the fact of observation. She's well endowed. She's got enough for
No,
both
no,
of us.
no, 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 no. That.
Bongo boobies?
There, you said it. Oh my goodness. Yes, it is getting really, really tired now. So it's 10:15 and I haven't had a nap. And I'm dying. I
Oh,
want
poor
to go to sleep.
baby.
There you go. There's the thumbnail right there. Alright. Anyway, we gotta wrap this up because I gotta go grab some sleep because I'm bugging.
Yeah, I've got to go to work tonight, so yay. Tonight should be really fun and really interesting. Hopefully we keep internet all night because, yeah, up until about 5 minutes before you said, all right, I'm awake and human, let's go, I didn't have internet.
No!
Yeah, all day, and then we finally get it. My phone blows up with notifications and things that I've missed all day. 5 minutes later, you're like, all right, you ready to do this?
And you're like, still catching up. Hang on, hang on.
pretty much. And then, yeah, I had the struggle with finding headphones, which I lost mine. And then I tried a headset, and that didn't work because, yeah, computers now don't have ports for these things anymore.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna
Yeah.
update so I can give the kiddo back hers because these are hurting my ears because it's too small. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Tired.
On this episode
Sleeping.
of Friday Ketchup, see Belinda sleeping.
Absolutely. I'm like this far away. All right. Thank you so much for everybody coming in and chatting with us and keeping us semi-sane. Thanks for listening to all my crap. Ah! I
Yay,
had so much fun.
crap! So yeah, we should be doing
Yay!
this again sometime next week. You are all more than welcome to come and chat with us again, just like we've done this
Yes.
time. Sorry about
Yes.
the technical
Um,
difficulties.
I don't know about next week. I think I'm covering my boss next week, so it might be a different day. We'll have to see.
Well, we've not really picked the same day at all. It's either been Tuesday or Wednesday or maybe Thursday. So
Yeah.
we're flexible.
So
That's the best
we'll
thing about
see.
Friday catch up is
It's not
Friday catch
necessarily
up.
always on a Friday anymore.
No, yeah, it's Friday catch up on a Tuesday.
Well, it's still catching up from next week.
There you go.
There you go.
And we're not doing. Sorry, the cat like picked its head up and yawned at me, and it was like really scary for a second.
Ah! All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.